Sunday, 27th of August 2023, saw our 4th annual Hobbyfest at Tomah-Sparta Speedway, featuring some of the top hobby stock drivers from around the upper Midwest, 4 states featuring Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, and Illinois, all coming up to compete in a 30-lap feature race with the hobby stocks. We start things off with the opening ceremonies at the flag stand with Rick and Paul, featuring interviews with some of our top qualifiers for the day, the invocation, and the singing of our national anthem. Before we get things rolling here, I've got some interviews to do here. We've got some top qualifiers, and this man, no stranger to the top qualifier. Number 3, Mr. Paul Finch, with a time of 18.17H. Paul, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right. Did you throw that Armor All in the windshield like I asked last week?
No, Rain-X.
Oh, Rain-X. Okay. Yeah, that works a little better, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
So, I do 2 weeks in a row top qualifying. Good job.
Yeah, we're doing our best we can. I figured something out. I got to avoid the announcer in the pit area, and I can have some good luck.
Long story on that one, guys. So, words. What sponsors would you like to thank for being here this afternoon?
Oh, I got a bunch. I'll name a few. Haberman Brothers Cranberry, Larson Construction, R&E Sports Shop, Greenwood Cafe, and I got a bunch of others.
Yes, you do. I know. I see the list every week up there, and it gets longer every week. So very good on that. Congratulations on your top qualifying. Paul Finch, number 3 in the Hornets. 6 shooters. My gosh. I run out of words, Mike. Beautiful day, isn't it?
Gorgeous out.
Yeah. So top qualifier once again in the 6 shooters. How'd you do it?
Same as always.
Well, we have a lot of out-of-towners here, so is it the new parts or exactly what do you got going on there?
Not a thing, just new tires.
I think the driver has a lot to do with it, too. I think a guy that knows how to wheel a car around the track could probably get the job done. Do you think so?
It helps a little.
All right. Tomah Area Credit Union 6 shooters, Mike Grotz, congratulations. The number 73 car. Watch him. All right, and who do we have here?
Zach Oliver.
Zach Oliver. That Oliver name sounds familiar.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Could it have something to do with our promoter, Greg Oliver?
Yes, I would be Greg's nephew.
All right. Driver of the number 10 in the Thunderous Modifieds, Zach Oliver. How you doing?
Not too bad. How about you?
Better than I deserve. Always. A gorgeous day like this. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon, sun shining, hardly a cloud in the sky, and we're racing. Does it get better than this?
It don't. After the heat we had this week, it's nice to cool off a little bit because the sun feels good and nice Sunday afternoon.
So what do you got for these guys? You going to go out there and show these guys how it's done?
I hope so. I mean, we made some big adjustments in the shop this week. Car is better than it's been. So give her a good shot and see how we finish.
Yeah, you look pretty good in qualifying, and even in practice you looked a little quicker. So whatever you're doing on the car, it seems to be working. So got any sponsors you want to thank for being here today?
Yeah, I got a bunch. I got to thank Thomas Grace Construction, Liftbridge Brewing, Big Watt Beverage, Bangor Lanes, Contract Supply, The Vault, Exhaust Plus, J&L Collectibles, The Smoking Gun. Sorry if I forgot any.
When the list gets long, the memory gets short.
It does. All right, Zach Oliver, everybody, good luck out there. Thank you.
And this guy, once again, another guy that's not a stranger to the top qualifying position, our points champion for the moment anyway, and probably for the season, Michael Gilliman, driver of the number 15 Sportsman. How you doing, Mike?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. Now, we talked in the pits, and you said you were having some problems with the vibration. It looks to me like your qualifying time, you must have got rid of it.
Yeah, we switched out a couple U-joints and didn't take care of it. Ended up replacing the drive shaft, and that fixed her.
Yeah, you looked really good out there in qualifying, so I know after you replaced that, you didn't have time to go out there and practice, so good to see you back on top again.
Yep, car's pretty good. It's a little tight, but she should roll on the outside pretty well.
So you think you might walk away from this one today?
I don't know.
So how many sponsors do you like to thank for being here today?
I got a couple. Traveling like we do, it's not a ton, but family owns a campground in Albert Lea, Minnesota, Hickory Hills. My dad's body shop back home, Gilliman Body, and my dad.
Well, you know, family's always important. So thanks for coming out again. We'll see you in the races. Good luck.
Thanks.
Michael Gilliman. Okay, top qualifier in your hobby stocks. My gosh, that's what happens when you put a dyslexic announcer in front of people. How you doing, Shane?
I'm good.
You know, that was just a test, right? Top qualifier. How did you pull that off?
I wish I knew.
You're going to write this down so you don't forget next year, right?
Yep.
So you got anything for these really fast guys like the Andy Moores and the Dave Troots and those people like that? How are you going to get around those guys?
I don't know.
Well, I think you made a point when you did the qualifying. You did a really good job in that. Very impressive out there. So we look forward to seeing you out there in the heats and in the feature. Good luck.
Thanks.
Shane Strothman. All right, and before we get too far along, Paul the Statman Reichert has a couple things he wants to talk about. So, Paul, take it away.
All right, thank you, Rick. Zach Oliver was out here because he has a 7-point lead over Tony DeVito for the Rookie of the Year title in the modifieds, and this is their final race of the year. We do want to give a shout out to Austin Powers, our fast qualifier today. Yes, our fan club up there in the stands. And before we get to the national anthem or prayer, we want to take a moment to remember a member of the racing family here in western Wisconsin that we lost earlier this week. Of course, the Niles family is another well-known racing family here in the community. Bill Doc Niles, of course, we all know him very well. His brother Andy, a former late model racer at La Crosse who moved on to the Dells and won a feature a number of years ago. He has been battling cancer over the last year or so, and sadly he passed away about mid-afternoon on Thursday from that battle. He was working with his son Sam, who was a two-time Sportsman champion at La Crosse, running with the CWA late models this year. So we just want to take a moment to remember the life and career of Andy Niles. Okay, thank you.
And I would ask that you please stand, gentlemen, remove your hats as we get ready for our prayer and invocation in the opening ceremonies and our honorary prayer leader, Mr. Paul Brown.
Hi, race fans. Thank you, Lord, for bringing us together on such a beautiful day. Thanks for bringing all these folks safely here. Let's send all our racers and our fans home safely also. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Paul. And before you sit down, please remain standing. Turn 3 to turn 4, turn 1, turn 2. Here's Ian singing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Let's hear it for Ian. Good job, man. Nice job. All right. I think we know why we're here today, but I got a question for you guys before we get too far along. Do we have any active military in the audience? Any active military, please stand up, be recognized, raise your hand. Any veterans that are in the crowd, raise your hands, be recognized. Let's give it up for all these guys. You guys that are out there doing what you do are doing it. If you weren't doing that, we wouldn't be able to do what we do every week here at Tomah-Sparta Speedway. So thank you very much. And Charlie's looking him over. I think he might like what he sees. He gives him a green flag. First race underway right now. There's a group of 8 very angry Hornets. Wait. Hagstrom's in the wall off of 2. We're going to have to put looks like we're going to go straight to a red flag on this one. That was an awful hard hit that he just took up there in 2. No official lap turned in, so we're going to. And I think he likes what he sees. He's going to give these guys green flag. Let's see if we can get this race rolling. 8 laps of heat racing to go in the Hornets. As the 4U car drifts way outside, taking the high line, the real high line around turns 1 and 2. And Big Jim Hendricks out to the early lead on this one. 04 of Austin Manning coming up close behind him, trying to take that first place away, and not quite yet. Here comes Austin Finnegan up in the 3rd place. 65 of Mitchell Reinertz is all the way up to 3rd and 4th place. He's got a battle going on with Tristan Finnegan right now between 3rd and 4th. Good battle going on there. Meantime, Big Jim Hendricks is leading this thing. Looks like the 65 of Mitchell Reinertz has taken the 3rd place, but that one is still pretty much undecided. Here comes Reinertz. He took the 3rd place. He's fighting for 2nd place. And Reinertz takes away 2nd place from Austin. And it looks like he's going to take away 1st place. Oh, big sneak down there as they come out of turn 2. Mitchell Reinertz off to a commanding lead on that one. Four laps in, 4 laps to go in this heat race as Tristan Finnegan works his way up into 2nd place. Second, 3rd, and 4th place are still pretty much undecided. They're going back and forth between all 3 of those cars. The 29 of Big Jim Hendricks, 42 of Tristan Finnegan, and the 04 of Austin Manning, of course. While Mitchell Reinertz continues to lead this with 2 laps left to go.
Spin over here in turn 1 with the Wood family here. Lonnie Wood Sr. and Caitlin coming to a stop here in turn 1.
Yeah, just. And here they come down the back straight, looking at turns 3 and 4. Charlie's looking him over. He's dropped the green flag on him already before they even got into turn 4. So we're back to racing once again. 2 laps left to go in this thing. With Mitchell Reinertz up in the lead in this 65 car. Big Jim Hendricks is trying to take that away. Meanwhile, Tristan Finnegan's trying to come up on him. And looks like Austin Manning's going to try to come up on Tristan. Tristan's going to the outside. Oh, a little squeeze down there in 3 and 4. Not sure exactly how that was supposed to play out, but it looks like they all fell back in the line here as they go down through turns 1 and 2 into the back straight. This is the lap that counts, and Finnegan's a little sideways in 3. Oh, hang on to her. Yep, so he kept her out of the wall at least. Mitchell Reinertz, your winner of this heat race with Big Jim Hendricks in 2nd. 3rd place to the 04 of Austin Manning. Holding their formation, looking good as they come down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Charlie's looking them over, and there's your green flag. 2nd heat race of Hornets is underway. right away, we have a good battle for the lead between the 17J and the 23 of Josh Schwartz. The 17J, of course, being Jordan Finch. And it looks like Schwartz is going to lead this first lap. Finch is a very close second. 56, and Matt Heim is up in there. All of these guys, pretty much everything from second place on back is undecided at this moment. As Matt Heim is sneaking up underneath Jordan Finch, trying to take that second place away from her. He's going to go for first if he can get around it. Right now, he's kind of blocked in a little bit, but the 23 car of Josh Schwartz continues to lead this. Looks like the 56 of Matt Heim just edged out for second place from Jordan Finch. Jordan back to third place. Caleb Hardy in fourth. Fifth place is slamming Sammy Linehan in that number 7 car. And pretty much everything, again, everything from second place on back is currently unsettled. The 23, a little bump there coming out of turn 4, coming down the straightaway. Not sure exactly what happened there, but looked like they're trying to bunch things up a little bit up front. Second place still unsettled between the 56 and the 17 car. And again, like I said, basically everything from second place on back is currently unsettled in this race. And with only 2 laps left to go, it could wind up like this. 3 wide going down turn 3 and 4. Tristan Dryskowski trying to jump to the outside. That just wasn't going to work out well, so he dropped back. We're going to try 3 wide again going into turn 1. Turn 1 and 2. That usually doesn't end well when that happens. Still holding 3 wide down the back straight, away we go. Oh, you got a big time battle going on, and the 19 and the 11 car are trying to sandwich everybody. Still 3 wide coming out of 4 down the front straight. This could get really interesting here. My goodness. That would be the number 23 of Josh Schwartz winning this one. And after that one, Matt Heim took second, Caleb Hardy third, Tristan Dryskowski managed fourth, and Jordan Finch rounds out your top 5 in this exciting 8-lap heat race. That last 2 laps was pretty interesting. All right, Charlie likes what he sees. There's the green flag. Hobby stock racing on a Hobbyfest afternoon here at Tomah. Jamie Tate jumping out in front of the 30 car, the 25 car getting a little squirrely going through 1 and 2. He's trying to get around these guys. Jamie Tate pulling away from the field a little bit. As they come through 3 and 4, that could be a little bit tricky coming through there. Jamie Tate leads this first lap of this 10-lap hobby stock race. With the 25 car of Finstick right behind her. And the 30 car of Landon Lockington seems to be moving in the wrong direction here. 14 car of Westermeyer trying to take advantage of that. Didn't quite get a hold of it, and maybe he'll try it this time. He's trying to the outside through turn 1 and 2. Did not work. Landon's pulling away from him a little bit. Meanwhile, Jamie Tate up front pulling away from the rest of the field with Vin Stick right on her bumper. And it looks like the 14 car of Westermeyer has managed to take that 3rd spot away from Landon Lockington. While the 23 of Nyland is holding on to the truck. Looks like we're setting up for a battle for the lead between Tate and Vinstick. As they go into turn 3 and 4, Vinstick trying to get a fender up on her. Not quite going to get it done just yet. We're halfway through this thing, 5 in, 5 to go. With Jamie Tate out front, Vinstick close behind her. Here comes the 14 of Westermeyer trying to pull up on those guys. A little contact between first and second there, between the 25 and the 71 car. No harm, no foul, just one of those racing things. He's just kind of letting her know, hey, I'm back here and I want to try to pass you. And she's saying, no, that is not going to happen. Westermeyer trying to poke his nose down in there for second place. Trying to sneak in underneath that 25 car. Looks like he might be able to pull it off. 25 is still fighting really hard trying to catch up on Jamie Tate. Not going to happen this time around. About 2.5 laps left to go. And it looks like we have a battle for second place going on now between the 14 and the 25 car. Good battle going on for second place there. Those guys are really, and Jamie's got to be looking in her mirror saying, yeah, keep on fighting there while I pull away from you guys. White flag out, last lap of this race. It looks like the 14 car of Westermeyer has taken over second place from the 25 car of Vinsteck. And it looks like that's the way this one is going to play out. Checkered flag flies over the 71 car of Jamie Tate. Second place, Westermeyer. Third place, Vinsteck. Fourth place to Landon Lockington. And fifth place to Brian Nayland. Grant Whitcraft leads the way around. Charlie's looking him over. And there's the green flag. The second 10-lap heat race of Hobby Stocks is underway. It's like Whitcraft and Lockington are pretty well matched up there. Whitcraft taking the lead in this first lap. Lockington wants to take that lead away from him, though. Meanwhile, Jason Bolster is in third place, running side by side with Lockington. Here comes Danivico up the outside of Bolster. Can't quite get it done this time around, but he's going to try it in 3 and 4, see if he can get around Bolster. Bolster's hard one to pass out there. He's pretty fast. He knows his way around this Tomah track real well. Meanwhile, first through third are all bunched up in front there. Kind of like a can of sardines. Yeah, it looks like the number 9 car is pulling off. Some more issues, unfortunately, for the number 9 car of Matt McLaughlin, pulling off to the infield out of harm's way. No harm, no foul. Meanwhile, back up front, we have 4 cars just hungry for this. Shelby Lockington coming up real quick on the outside of the 33 car of Whitcraft. Not going to quite get it done this time around. We're going to try it down the front straightaway. It looks like Lockington's going to lead this one. Fighting real hard to hold on to that lead. Whitcraft's a hard guy to keep around, so he's gonna fight you right to the end on this one. And Lockington once again leading this one. Grant Whitcraft a very, very close second with Bolster and Danivico in third and fourth place respectively. Good racing all through all 4 of these guys. As it looks like Lockington's going to definitely have the lead on this one. 4 in, 4 to go. 4 laps in, 4 to go. Meanwhile, that is a very fierce battle we have going on up front there. Shelby gets away, and all of a sudden Whitcraft comes right back on the inside. This is going to be an interesting finish on this one. Lockington continues to lead. Bolster is right on the back bumper of the 33 car of Whitcraft, trying to find some way around him any way he possibly can. Danivico, meanwhile, trying to take away second place. Looks like he's got a half a fender up on him. Two to go this time by. 2 laps left to go in this 10-lap heat race. Lockington firmly in the lead. Meanwhile, Danivico's trying to sneak up the outside of the 33 car. He's not going to quite get it done. Now we're going to try a 3 wide. No, he wisely backed out of that one. Lockington's running away with this one on the final lap. Meanwhile, second, third, and fourth are really undecided on this one. That could go any way on this. It looks like Danivico's got almost a car length up, almost up door to door with the 33 car. Here we go. Checkered flag flies over the 38 car. Shelby, the equalizer, Lockington. And it looks like Danivico snuck in there for a second place finish over Grant Whitcraft, with fourth place going to Jason Bolster. And unfortunately, Matt McLaughlin had to drop out of this one early. So there's your second 10-lap qualifying heat race for your hobby stocks this afternoon. And 57 of Jesse Fisher. Here they come, and Charlie is looking at them. There's the green flag. We're racing.
Yes, we have an Iowa driver leading the way, and we have a bunch of Minnesota drivers back to the field looking to get to the front.
And Charlie Vian shooting out to the early lead on this one with some authority. But he's got a lot of fast cars behind him, so he's going to have to really keep up the pace on this one, because any one of these guys could come up and challenge him for that lead. I'm especially looking out for that 19 car and possibly that 25 car. Either one of those two could really give Charlie a run for his money. '19 car of Andy Moore trying to sneak up on the inside of the number 16 of Straughman. Not going to get it done. Still got a lot of racing left to go in this race with 8 laps left to go still. And here comes Andy Moore trying to get a fender up underneath that 16 car. And he manages to do that. Not around him yet, but he's working on it. They're door to door as they go into turn 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Charlie Vian is leading this thing. Here comes Andy Moore in around and not quite gone. The 16 car says not so quickly, but Andy's like, yeah, we're out of here. So he's going to go after the 28 car of Charlie Vian. Can he do this in 6 laps? Let's see. These guys have all kind of basically lined themselves up into their own positions now, so there's not really a lot of battling going on at the moment. Still a good fast race. The number 16 car wants to come up behind the 19 of Andy Moore. Straughman's going to try to put up a little fight, but as the laps wind down to this thing, we've got 4 laps left to go. We'll have to see what happens to that second place. So 28 of Vian got just a little bit loose coming off 4 that time. Got through it a little more cleanly that time. 19 car of Andy Moore in second. Third place, of course, is going to be still the 25 car of Reggie Mitchell. Or no, I'm sorry, the 16 of Straughman. 25 car of Mitchell seems dropped all the way to the back of the pack. White flag lap this time around. 1 lap left to go. Andy Moore is slowly but surely closing up that gap on Charlie Vian. And Charlie got a little bit loose down there in 1 and 2 again. That could have given him Moore a chance to get around him, but Moore did not take advantage of that. Here we come. We're coming to the checkered flag, and the checkered flag is going to fly over the number 28 car of Charlie Vian with Andy Moore in second, Straughman in third. Oxborough in the back, and there's the green flag. We are racing. 10 laps of hobby stock heat racing. Winegrass jumping out to the early lead on this one, leading the first lap around. A lot of hungry cars behind him. Here comes the 107, piloted by Mike Krieger today. And here comes the always dangerous Dave Trout. He's trying to sneak up on the inside as well. Winegrass leads this race. Mike Krieger Jr. coming in second. Third place, of course, Dave Trout. And it looks like he's got a battle from Chris Webber coming on too. And looks like third place is undecided at this moment. 7 laps to go, 3 laps in. As the number 8 car of Winegrass continues to lead this, with Krieger throwing a hard challenge at him. 2 of Trout seems to have dropped back to 4th place. Here comes Nick Oxborough up in 5th. As they all line up, it looks like they're going to line up for a really good battle on this thing, as we're halfway through this with 5 laps in, 5 to go. Lots of bumping and grinding going on up front there. Here comes Mike Krieger trying to jump down to the inside of Winegrass. Meanwhile, Chris Webber's right on his bumper trying to come through turns 3 and 4. Looks like Krieger managed to steal that one just by a bumper. Winegrass fighting back on the outside real hard. Here goes Chris Webber. Meanwhile, Trout's holding on to the 4th place, and Oxborough in 5th. It looks like Krieger Jr. is going to solidly lead this lap. Weingrass continues to drop back a little bit. He's got a battle on his hands with the 85 of Chris Webber, and now he's dropping back. He's going to be fighting Dave Troop for that third place position. Meanwhile, the 85 of Webber's trying to push Krieger around the track a little bit. 2 laps left to go this time by. 2 laps left to go. Webber's going to jump to the outside of the 107, trying to get around him. Dave Troop moves up to second place. Here comes Oxborough fighting for fourth. Oxborough hanging on to fourth place just barely. And Webber's stuck on the outside of this one with Troop just his inside. That top 3 is really fast. Those guys are fighting for everything they're worth just to win this one. Webber drops back just a little bit, giving Troop second place. As we're on the final lap of this one, it looks like it is going to be checkered flags over. Mike Krieger. Oh boy, that's going to be a hard one to call. That's going to be a tough one to call on that one. All right, so we have Mike Krieger, the winner on this one. Chris Webber in second. Dave Troop took third. Nick Oxborough snuck up to fourth. Chris Wengrass all the way back to fifth place. Sixth place, Robbie Rux and Mike Storer rounding out your 7 cars in this even sportsman style racing right now. Green flag, there we go. Mark Chalet jumping out to an early lead on this one. Lots of challenging going on behind him. That 44 car, Jake Schiller, is no slouch. That car has been known to be very, very competitive out here at Tomah-Sparta Speedway. He's got a new car this year, but he has got a really good wheelman behind it. So here comes Gilliman up on the outside of the 44 car, going to fight him for second place. Meanwhile, the 13 car of Chalet continues to lead. Schiller tried to poke his nose in under the 13, and 13 said, not yet. You know, a little tap there, so let him know, hey, I'm back here. Let's have a race. Oh, a little contact between the top 2 there. As we get down the back straightaway, going into turn 3 and 4, this is where things could get kind of interesting down through here. As Schiller tries to poke his nose down underneath it, just not going to happen just yet. And here comes Gilliman trying to sneak up on the outside of the 44 car. He couldn't get that one done. It looks like they're pretty evenly matched, those top 3 cars. And with 2 laps left to go in this heat race, the finish could be very interesting once we get winding down. Schiller tries to poke his nose down once again, and Chalet says, nope, not going to happen. Oh, he gave him an opening. He just couldn't take advantage of it. Here comes Gilliman on the outside as we catch the white flag lap. 1 lap left to go to figure this one out. Keep an eye on those top 3 of the 44 car. He's trying to stick his nose down under there. The 13 says, nope, not today. This heat race belongs to the 13 car of Mark Chalet, with the 44 car of Jake Schiller in second. Third place to Mike Gilliman, and fourth place to Scott the Donut Man and Malub. As we come to 3 and 4, looking at Charlie, Charlie's looking at them, and he's throwing the green flag. We are racing. Well, a little contact between the two DeVitos out there. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but they got through it cleanly. No harm, no foul. As Tony DeVito leads the first lap of this race. A lot of competition between those DeVito boys out there, I'll tell you. It's an interesting rivalry to watch sometimes. As the AT car squeezes by. No, we got Rick DeVito leading this race. Let's see if Tony's got anything for him. He's going to come back on the inside, maybe not. Here comes Bill Schott sneaking up on the outside, taking away third place from Zach Oliver. As Rick DeVito continues to lead us with Tony in second. Bill Schott in a very close third and fourth place with Zach Oliver. Austin Powers just kind of laying back in the back row there, kind of watching the way things unfold and see how these guys are running. 4 laps in, 4 to go. 4 laps in, 4 to go this time around. With DeVito still leading this. Here comes Bill Schott trying to sneak up on the outside of DeVito. Not going to get it done this time around. But it's got a couple more laps to go. 3 laps left to go, actually. And here comes Powers making this move around the 10 car of Zach Oliver. Sneaks around on the outside. We're running 2x2 in the back 2 rows. Bill Schott moves up to second place. Looks like he might just be trying to throw a challenge, but we only got 2 laps left to go with this one. It's going to be the Schott and DeVito show up in front now. Bill Schott's going to try to sneak up on the inside. Not going to work, so he's going to try looking on the outside. That may or may not work. Meanwhile, in back, the 45 car of Austin Powers just took away 3rd place from the 15 car of Tony DeVito. And it looks like the 18 car of Rick DeVito is going to win this one. There it is. Checkers over the 18 car, 21 of Bill Schott. 45 of Austin Powers moves into 3rd place. 4th place, Anthony DeVito. That's Tony DeVito. And Zach Oliver rounds out your top 5 in this Thunderous modified 8-lap heat race. This field is in the hands of Brandon Young at the moment as they come through 3 and 4. Charlie's looking them over. They're kind of shuffling around a little bit, but he's still happy with them. Here we go. Green flag racing with the Tomah Area Credit Union 6-shooters. Pretty much holding their formation as they go on the back. Oh, Swerve Morgan's really leaning that car. Looks like the left rear tire might have come off the ground a little bit on that number 3 car as they continue to fight for first place. Zach Morgan actually leading this just by a bumper. Here comes Odegaard trying to move up into 3rd place around AJ Finnegan. And it looks like Morgan's going to lead the 2nd lap in this race. They're all holding on to pretty much the same position as they were when they started. It's a rather interesting concept. Oh, we're going to go 3 wide down the back straightaway. That's what's going to happen. AJ Finnegan got smart and said, no, I'm going to back out of this one. And we're going round and round over in turn 3. Looks like Odegaard got a little bit sideways there. No harm, no foul. Looks like he's got to go to the back of the pack, though, so no yellow flag. As Swerve Morgan goes way, way high in turns 1 and 2. And now he's going to try to, a little contact between 1st and 2nd place over there. Between Young and Morgan. Meanwhile, AJ Finnegan saying, you guys quit playing around up there. Just give me the lead and I'll get out of your way. Here comes Finnegan around the 75 car. He's going to challenge Morgan for the lead. Very interesting shuffling around going up front there right now. And here comes the 71 of Van Heist trying to get in the, you guys are having a party up there. He says, let me in. I want to come play with you guys too. Meanwhile, the 42 of AJ Finnegan is now challenging Zach Swerve Morgan for the lead. As the 75 car seems to have dropped back just a little bit. A little contact with the 55 car. Kind of letting him know, say, hey, don't slow down too much. I'm back here. I don't want to race. 71 car Van Heist seems to have moved up into 3rd place just by a half a fender. Almost tried 3 wide again. Zach Morgan's way, way high up in 3 and 4 once again. I'm not sure. I'm thinking he must be thinking that highline's working for him. It's not really working because there we go. As AJ Finnegan gets around the 3 car and he is going to run away with this one. On the last lap, of course, it's the 1 lap that counts. Morgan's trying everything he can to get that position back, but it's not going to work as AJ Finnegan takes this one for a win. Morgan settles for 2nd. Van Heist moved up to 3rd place. Brandon Young in 4th. Alex Luth 5th. 6th place, Chris Neal and Monty Odegaard rounds it out for this first heat race of TACU Credit Union 6-shooters. He's watching them closely because sometimes these guys can get a little bit antsy down there, down the back straight, and as they come through 3 and 4, and sometimes they get a little out of shape, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen today. He likes what he sees. There's the green flag. TACU Credit Union 6-shooters racing. Yeah, 24 car getting a little bit wild and woolly down there to turn 1 and 2. There's a kind of little question going on there as he kind of whips it around a little bit. Almost made it 3 wide going through 3 and 4. We have 3 wide on the front straight. We got a first place, of course, Chris Brown is leading this, and second place on back is very much undecided as we go 3 wide out of 2 down the back straightaway. This could get really ugly as we go into 3. Still going, trying to go 3 wide. We got a car hanging way outside there. Yes, somebody's trying to make something happen back there.
Yeah, look at that gaggle there for second.
Everything undecided.
Chris Brown leading. You got Greg Brown in the back, so they're bucking all this battle here.
As Mike Grotz sneaks by the number 1 car of Andrew Moore, he's going to come up there and try to challenge Chris Brown for the lead. Does he have enough laps? With 5 laps left to go, I think he can make this happen. Meanwhile, Murphy's challenging for 3rd place. There goes Mike Grotz, just shooting, powering his way around that 2 car of Chris Brown down the back straightaway, firmly up in the lead, but Chris Brown is right there with him. So Mike Grotz takes over the lead of this with 4 in and 4 to go. Meanwhile, everybody from 2nd, 3rd, 4th on back seems to have settled into pretty much a rhythm back here. And looks like Tim Murphy's going to try to challenge Andy Van Moore. Just doesn't have quite enough to get around that 1 car just yet. He's looking to the inside. He was looking real hard to the inside. Didn't quite have what it took. Couldn't quite get a fender down on him yet. Still working on him. Still working on that 1 car. The 0 car of Tim Murphy trying to get that 3rd place away from the 1 car. I don't see that happening. With 2 laps left to go, a lot can still happen here. Meanwhile, the 73 car, Mike Grotz, has run away with the lead on this one. Boy, did he ever have to come through some traffic to get to that position. Man, oh man. Number 2 of Chris Brown driving a really, really good race, actually. Andy Van Moore in 3rd place, Murphy in 4th. And here comes the checkered flag. We got a whole bunch of shuffling going on over here as we go through 3 and 4. Checker flag flies over the 73 car of Mike Grotz, and it looks like Chris Brown held on to 2nd place with Andrew Moore in 3rd. 4th place, Tim Murphy Sr., 6th place, Jeremy Bigham, and Greg Brown Jr. rounding out the race in this one. Your second heat race for 8 laps with the Tomah Area Credit Union 6-shooters.